Does that make sense? Are you guys seeing that? They're all of our possibilities are x's. Okay, so what that means is that we need to replace this x with each of these numbers. Okay, and then see what happens. All right, so who remembers, you guys see how the 2 and the x are right next to each other? Does anybody remember what that means? When you have two numbers that are right next to each other like that?
Yes, good, Carol. Make sure you guys are participating in the chat. Make sure you guys are taking good notes, right? This is for you guys.
Nice, Carol. That's good. That means we plug it in. All right, so do you remember now with the 2 next to the x, if I plug in the 9 right there? Okay, I'm going to start with the 9. All right, what do I have to do with the 9 if I plug it in there? Do you guys remember? If I plug it in, so like what Carol told me to do, replace the x with the 9. Okay, if I do that, now what do we have to do? What does this mean right here, the 9 and the 2 when they're right next to each other with nothing in the middle? Anybody remember what we have to do with those two numbers? Yes, good. We multiply it. Good. Okay, so in our calculators, okay, I would be expecting you guys to do 9 times 2. Whoa. All right, and that should give us 18. Okay, and then don't forget, though, we still have the rest of it. All right, so now, once we do the 9 times 2, all we're left with on this left side is 18 minus 4. Okay, so now, does anybody know what 18 minus 4 is? If not, do it on your calculator right now.
Very good, Sage.
Nice, Sage.
First one to it.
So 18 minus 4 is 14. Okay, now my question to you, Sage, does 14 equal 10? Are 14 and 10 the same? Might be the easiest question I ask you all year. Are 14 and 10 the same number?
So we're trying to figure out which one matches, guys. Okay, so like Mr. Filber plugged in the 9. So if you see right here on a shared screen, so once he did, Mateo says, no, that's right. So 14 and 10, are those exactly the same? No, they're not exactly the same. Okay, so we know that number 9 cannot be the right answer. Okay, if they don't match, then it can't be the right answer.
Does that make sense, guys? We're trying to get the both sides to match.
Yep, got to match.
And keep in mind, like this whole thing's being recorded. Okay, so you guys should be able to go back and rewatch this. All right, so the 9 didn't work. Okay, so now we're going to do the same exact thing, but with the other number. Okay, so now we're going to see if that one works. Okay, so if you look above the red and the blue, everything should look exactly the same. It's just that instead of a 9, it's going to be a -7. Okay, so now in your calculator, okay, we need to do 2 times -7. All right, so someone in Desmos or in your calculator, okay, we've talked about this. What's 2 times -7? Okay, so we got some people saying the answer. Good. Sage? Negative 7 times 2 is negative 14. Okay, so that means that the next line for this blue one would be negative 14 minus 4 equals 10. Okay, so now on this one we have negatives on the left, okay, and we have positives on the right. Okay, so that one's definitely not going to work. All right, so I'd go back to this one and I would eliminate that possibility.